Hey everybody, I'm back again. I'm back a little sooner than took last time, partly because the last video I did, it wasn't really my favorite. And the good news about that is that happens sometimes in the process of creation. We go out and we do something and it doesn't quite come off the way we think we'd like it to come off. And we can either get upset about it or we can learn from it and move forward. But I wanted to clarify some of the things from the last video, and also introduce a little tool you've probably heard of, but also give you why that tool could be effective for you as far as creating your vision. I'm doing this again for me, and I'm in the process of creating my own things in life. So I hope that you're finding this useful. But whether you are or not, I'm finding it useful because I'm applying it for myself and creating little miracles in my life. I wanted to talk about the concepts of don't want and the meaning that we put on it again. I'm going to use a little object here. It's a little pool ball. And when we have our don't wants and the meaning that we put on life experiences, that tends to become our reality. The past experiences of our life become our reality. And they're very solid to us. And so when we have a dream or a vision that comes from a spiritual place, as solid as these are, that dream or vision is kind of an intangible to us. So when push comes to shove and we get up against it, that tangible, solid element from our past, even the things we don't like, it is something that we feel like we can count on. We like to count on something, so we will tend to choose the past, even if it's unpleasant, over something that's an intangible. Because you remember, the ego has three jobs: wants to protect us, wants us to look good, and wants to be right. So when we're going after something that's an intangible, the ego says, well, wait a minute, you don't want to fail at this, and you can count on this, and you don't really like it, you may not enjoy it, but that out there is something that you might fall on your face, you might fail at it, so don't go for it. Or you might look stupid, you don't want to look stupid, so here come the don't wants. You might look like a fool, you don't want to look like a fool. You might look weird, and you don't want to look weird. And then it wants to be right, and to say this is reality, that's fantasy. In fact, when anybody ever comes up to you and says you've got to be realistic, what they're telling you is you've got to see the reality the way they see reality, and our realities get in the way of our dreams because our realities take the past and say this is the way it is. So the challenge is to create a new reality based on taking risks and going for those intentions and dreams within us, so that new reality, the spiritual element of life, becomes just as solid as our past. Once we create that, then we have two things that we can look at and choose from when looking at opportunity and intention in our vision. And this is when we have choice. This is when we start to have choice in life. We don't have choice unless we know what our choices are. So when we have these two, we can still choose the past, or we can choose something new. To truly have choice, you've got to have both sides. If you take one away, you don't have choice. All you have is the past. It even works the other way. If you take the past away and you say, I want to focus on just the positive, you're actually limiting your choices. And when you start to limit your choices, and say, I'm going to only see the positive, I'm going to limit what I see, this actually starts to mesh back into this, and it becomes the reality of limitation, where the infinite becomes a finite. So in the challenge of taking reality, which is part of your mindset that fights against your spirit, by creating a new reality, you can create elements of your mindset that start to work with your spirit. And the way we do that is one of the tools we can use is something called a vision board. You may have heard of a vision board. It was in the movie The Secret. What a vision board is basically is something like this. This is just foam board. It's about $2 at a discount store. But it's clean and it's clear. There's no past in your vision board. There is no history in your vision board. It is just a new moment full of opportunity. And what you do with the vision board, it doesn't have to be something like this, but it doesn't have to be elaborate. A vision board is something where you would put like words and pictures on it, and you put it in a prominent place that you could see it every day. And what that does is it has an energy that assists you to create something new, a new reality. And that starts to shift your mindset to work with you. As you have these pictures and these words on this vision board, that are contrary or different than what you've had in your past, it starts to, in a way, reprogram your mind, your mind to work with you to create what you want rather than to work against you. So when in training, I've had people take some dedicated time to begin a vision board, giving them something like this. And we'll take magazines or newspapers, and they cut out words and pictures out of those, and they can paste them onto the vision board. The problem I've seen with that as I've looked at it is that when they take a dedicated amount of time like that, they tend to cram the vision board full of everything, and they tend to look for things that they like. I would say a vision board is not about looking for things that you necessarily like. It's about looking for things that seem to just stick out to you, things that just sort of jump out at you and saying, that seems to be something that would be part of my vision. And I would also say, don't try to fill it all up at once. I would say, start with something clean, a clean slate, like this. And then as you see magazines or you see pictures or you see words, find the ones that really seem to pop out at you, the ones that really seem to sing to you, and you can cut them out or you can even write them, doesn't matter how you do it, but you put it on a vision board and you put it somewhere where you can see it every day. By putting it on the vision board, what you are doing is you're making a declaration to the universe about your desire. You're sending out an energy. But it's going to take more than that. You want to put it in a prominent place so that you will read it, you will see it day by day. And as you do so, it assists you in reprogramming the mind to start to see the possibilities of that which you have not experienced before. Sure, I have, let me see. I don't rehearse this stuff, so just bear with me. And if this is getting too long for you, don't be a baby, because this could change your life. But anyway, I also, I was going to say something else, and I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, by seeing it every day, by seeing the words, you actually create an energy in your home, in your environment, that will support you in creating what you want. Same thing happens with the pictures you have on the wall, or the things you have in your home. All those things assist you in creating the environment of the energy that you desire. A vision board can focus things into a specifically as far as your desires. But I'd also invite you to notice what kind of pictures you have up in your home. What kind of music do you listen to? What kind of words do you use? And how does that support you and your vision? Or how does that detract you from your vision? So anyway, I wanted to share this with you because this is a tool. It seems like a simple tool, but can be a very powerful tool. And as you go out to create a vision board, just when things pop out at you, find the ones that really seem to sing to you, not the ones that you necessarily like, but the ones that really seem to really hit you and say, that's something I would like to create in my life. And you post them on your vision board. And that's when you start to create new possibilities, and you create the mind working with you rather than working against you. So that's what I have for now, and we'll see you shortly. Thanks.